companies killed our heroes, literally, like the Audi R8, the Audi TT, and Lamborghini also killed the Aventador. But some car companies actually updated the older versions of the cars that have been already here for a long time. Well, today I'll be telling you more about the upcoming cars that we'll be seeing this year in 2023. Yes, this is the first ever top 6 list to come out of my channel. Why? Because I'm Junior and you're watching Junior on Cars. Video and we start off with the all-time favorite, which is the Ford Mustang. Well, there'll be another Ford Mustang added to the Ford Mustang family, which is the S650. Yes, I don't know what the 650 is, but it doesn't produce 650 horsepower. Take that out of your head. Well, let's start off with the price tag, which they don't have yet. The top speed and also the 0 to 60 time has not confirmed yet by Ford Mustang, but by Ford in simple terms. Well, they have given us the engines which will be in the Ford Mustang S650. There will be 3 versions of engines. There will be a usual 5-liter, but it will be a Coyote V8, which will produce around 486 brake horsepower and 480 Newton meters of torque. Well, if you want to go to a milk flow version, you can actually downgrade from 5 to 2.3 liter with a EcoBoost. Well, honestly speaking, it's not really fizzing my quiz. I would think I would have the 5-liter V8 version. But there will be also another version in the Mustang family, which will be called the Dark Horse. Yes, the Dark Horse is the last addition in the Ford Mustang family. Well, it will produce around 500 horsepower. I mean, honestly speaking, take that version. But unfortunately, all new upcoming Ford Mustangs S650s will be plug-in hybrids, or maybe could be a possible that it could be fully hybrid. Honestly speaking, I don't really care. I just wish that they just gave it the usual, V8 feeling. The milk float one has been the same for a long time, but unfortunately they replaced it with the Coyote V8. I mean, it's kind of thick, honestly speaking. Well, besides that, they have not introduced yet the manual version, so unfortunately it will only be a 10-speed automatic. But hopefully we'll be seeing Ford announce this version, or maybe if you want to, it will be maybe a order in simple terms if you want to order it. Well, let's jump into the exterior. Well, the exterior for me, honestly speaking, it does look more Ford Mustang. Just updated the looks, honestly speaking, and it does have a couple of rough edges and whatever, so it's still typical Mustang. Well, let's jump into number 2. Well, number 2 is still the same as 2022 version, which is the Chevrolet Corvette Z06. Yes, as we all know, Chevrolet has upgraded the Z06 and gave it a new engine, which will be replacing the old, listen to this, 6.2 liter V8, and they have jumped from the 6.2 liter to a 5.5 liter flat plane crankshaft. Literally, they downgraded it with 1 liter. But besides that, it will produce around 670 brake horsepower and 637 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 60, 2.6 seconds, and flat out will do 195 miles per hour. So it's still a fast Corvette in simple terms. It's American. What do you expect? Well, let's jump into number 3, which is the Toyota GR Corolla. Yes, I have made a video of this. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it on my main channel to enjoy this video. I actually put it against something. If you want to know, go and watch it on the channel, like I said. Well, let's jump into the price tag. Well, this one honestly has a price tag since last year, which will cost you around $40,000. Yes, this car will be available to buyers this year. If you have pre-ordered it, good for you, because that is a magnificent Toyota, literally just like the Yaris. Well, besides that, let's jump into the stats. Well, it will have a 1.6 liter 3-cylinder turbo powertrain, which will produce around 300 horsepower and 370 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 60, 5.4 seconds, and flat out it will do 142.9 miles per hour. So still a fast car, honestly speaking. It doesn't matter. Well, let's jump into the exterior. Well, the exterior of the new Toyota GR Corolla is still a Corolla, but just with the GR badging everywhere, literally on the steering wheel, the knobs and everywhere. And speaking of the transmission that we'll be using, actually using a 6-speed manual. Yes, you heard me very correctly. There is not an automatic version yet. It'll only be a manual, and I'm very happy that Toyota is starting off with a manual, because most Toyota GR Corolla cars, GR cars, are manuals, besides the Subaru. Not actually the Subaru, the Supra in some terms, which they just fitted now with a manual. Well, it will have an all-wheel drivetrain, as you all know this, because obviously it will be sharing some parts with the Yaris. Yes, if you don't know the GR Yaris, it is on your screen, and unfortunately the GR Corolla will be sharing more parts with its little brother. Yes, the little brother will be giving the bigger brother more parts, so it means the all-wheel drive that will be coming in the GR Corolla will be actually coming from the GR Yaris. So nothing different, just a little bit of aggressive front bumper with a GR badging, which is typical, GR. Where everywhere Besides that, there will be actually a wider front which will have 20 millimeters and the rear will be 30 millimeters from the fenders. Well, unfortunately, if you think honestly speaking, the $40,000 is expensive for you, you can actually go down to the little bit base model in simple terms, which will cost you less than $32,000, which is pretty much of a bargain because that is the entry level version. Well, if you want to step up to the circuit edition, you'll be paying actually more than that $40,000. So honestly speaking, I don't care, but if they have a circuit version, you must be expecting more performance. But they have not announced it yet, so we don't know. But let's leave it. Well, like I said, I've got into the exterior, so there's nothing else to cover. Besides it, I'll be having Alcantara on the seats, also on the steering wheel, and everything is still Corolla. Well, let's jump into number 4, which is the Hyundai Iconic 6. Yes, as we all know, the Iconic 6 was, or is it Icon? I'm not sure if I'll write it actually literally there on the subtitles. Well, the Icono, in simple terms, 6 was actually introduced to us last year in 2022. And yes, many people who have ordered it will actually be getting it this year in 2023. So consider yourself lucky having an electric car that looks like a spaceship. Well, the price tag of the Icono 6 will actually cost you around $40,000. Well, as we all know, the Icono is not an internal combustion car. It looks futuristic, so you're expecting it to be electric. Well, yes, you're right, it is electric. Well, the battery capacity of it is 77.4 kilowatts per hour. So it's a big battery pack, honestly speaking, to let you zizz around literally with it. So let's check the performance of it. Well, the performance of the Icona 6 is actually around 320 brake horsepower. We don't have the 0 to 60 time, the top speed, and also the torque. But besides that, there's lots of features with it. Well, let's leave the features and let me jump into the exterior. Well, the exterior of the Icona 6, honestly speaking, I have nothing to judge there because it looks absolutely cool for an electric car. I thought Teslas were looking good, especially the Plaid, whatever it's called. But until I saw Honda actually release the Icono 5 and the Icono 6, Honda is actually going in the right direction when it comes to design. I just hate that the Icono is actually electric. I mean, I just wish it was internal combustion, but besides that, it does look good and does look absolutely slick with that design as an electric car. So many electric fans, I think you should put this on your bucket list of buying cars because that is an absolute cool Hyundai. So hopefully maybe this year I'll get a chance to review it or maybe test it, but we'll see in the actually not in the near future, in this year as the year has just started. So it was going to be quite silly of me if I said that. Well, the Icono, it will be actually available in most of the countries outside the US. So yes, the US will be not only having the Icono. If you want it in my country, which is South Africa, it's okay, it's fine, you can still have it. Europe, Japan, also in China if you can read English. Well, before making its way to America, in simple terms, it will be starting in mostly in the European countries before heading to America. So America will be having a little bit of a late start when it comes to the Icono 6. Well, let's leave that and let's jump into number 5. Well, number 5 is the new Honda HR-V. Well, honestly speaking, the old HR-V, it is on the screen and it looks dreadful. Well, Honda has actually stepped up with the design of the new HR-V, which I'll get into a little bit later. Let's start off with the price tag. Well, the price tag of the new HR-V will be actually around $24,000. Well, what do you get for $24,000? You're not expecting any performance because literally it's a family van. Well, you'll be getting a 2.0-liter engine which produces around 158 brake horsepower and 138 newton meters of torque. Well, besides that, honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting. The 0 to 60 and the top speed is quite useless because you're actually going with the HR-V. So there's nothing interesting about that. But like I said, let's jump into the design. Well, the design of the new HR-V looks absolutely cooler than the older HR-V. The old HR-V looked honestly like a family van for the UK people. Well, the new HR-V looks actually modest in some terms. So you're not expecting it to be actually ugly because 2023 is actually a better year for most car designers because look at the Icono. Literally, the Icono looks like a spaceship coming from Hyundai. Literally, Hyundai. The car company that actually that used to make ugly cars are making cooler cars than they used to. So that's a big step up from car companies, especially Hyundai, because the HR-V looks absolutely cool. I'll give them that marks because literally it is the best looking HR-V I have ever seen in a long time, except the old one that used to look crap. Well, let's jump into the last number, which is number 6. Well, number 6 is the Dodge Hornet. Yes, as we all know, if you have watched or kept up with car news, you'll know that the Hornet is actually a new compact SUV coming from Dodge. Well, Dodge aim is actually to, look on the forefront of the new Alfa Romeo Tonale. If you don't know the Alfa Romeo Tonale, it is on your screen, and it is actually a cool Italian SUV slash crossover. I don't know what it is, but they haven't not named it yet, so I'll just call it an SUV because it looks literally like an SUV. Well, let's leave that and let's jump into the price tag. Well, the price tag of the Hornet is less than $30,000, so it is a bargain. Unfortunately, the Hornet, it is a bit expensive compared to its number 5, which is the HRV, because the HRV is less than that, which is $24,000. So let's see, why is it more expensive than a HRV? Well, it will still have the same engine as a HRV, which is a 2-liter 4-cylinder, or if you want to, you can actually have a milk float version, which will be a plug-in hybrid. Well, besides that, it will have 285 brake horsepower and 0 to 60 6.1 seconds. Yes, that is a Zizzy Hornet in simple terms, flying through the traffic in simple terms. Or if you're a soccer mom, get your children faster to school or do your groceries. Well, besides that, honestly speaking, the 0 to 60 time is very impressive for a car that, actually not a car, a crossover that looks absolutely that stylish. So Dodge has actually think about this one before actually releasing it, before they released whatever electric car to actually replace the Dodge Challenger. But let's leave that and let's get into the features of the new Dodge Hornet. Well, the Dodge Hornet will be built based on, like I said, the Alfa Romeo Tonale. While the Dodge, it is its own compact crossover. Like I said, the Dodge Hornet is not actually a SUV, it is a compact crossover. In simple terms, it is more like the Opel Mokka, or maybe the Taigo, or maybe the T-Cross. So it is in that category, but it is faster than its German rivals in simple terms. Besides the T-Cross R-Line version, which has a 1.5 liter TSI engine, which has more power and more torque and can literally leave the Dodge Hornet on its tail. But besides that, honestly speaking, all these cars are looking up this year in 2023. So most of the cars here I do like, honestly speaking. So I will give you my conclusion right now. If I had to choose between all the 6 cars in this 6 list, well, I would honestly go for the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 in simple terms, because it's still a proper Chevrolet, it's still a Z06, and it is a Corvette. I just hate the fact that it still looks the same as all the Corvettes, just had a Spider version and a hardtop version and just more power. But I hate the fact that they ditched the 6 liter for a 5 liter that they assume is a Ferrari 5 liter. That sounds like a Ferrari 5 liter. But besides that, honestly speaking, if I had to choose between the 6, I would honestly go for the Corvette C06. But besides that, if I had to go for something practical, the HRV is looking kind of good, honestly speaking. Yes, it's not fast as the Hornet, it's not as quick off the line as a Hornet, but it is practical, it is good looking. I mean, it is good on fuel consumption because it's a Honda, and you also do get reliability, something like that. But honestly speaking, if I had to choose between the two, the Z06 has been always better, because, I mean, faster the better. So yeah, the video. If you did, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to watch more of my videos, click onto the main channel to go and watch more videos of mine. And if you want to learn more about our channel, hop onto our Instagram page, which is Junior on Cars, and more content coming soon. So bye.